Okay, if I can have your attention, please. We'll go ahead and get started here with our post-race interviews for the 51st running of the Daytona 500. Up on the podium, we have our runner-up in today's race. That is Kevin Harvick. He drives the number 29 Shell Pennzoil Chevrolet for Richard Childress Racing. We have our third-place finisher, AJ Allmendinger. He drives the number 44 Valvoline Dodge. And we have our fifth-place finisher, who led a lot of laps out there today. He drives the number 19 Dodge. That's Elliott Sadler. I'm going to ask them each to make some opening comments, and then we'll turn it over for questions. Kevin, your thoughts about today's race?
Well, it just seems to be kind of typical of how we race. To be honest with you, we were off a little bit, started in the back, and we're off a little bit, made some huge adjustments, the second or third pit stop, and got ourselves in the back again, and we're able to make the car where it drove really good. And once I got myself in the middle of the pack, the car was easy to drive, but didn't have the speed like it needed to. But once we were in the middle of it, we were able to maneuver ourselves really good. So in the end, it was a good day, and worked out okay.
AJ, you raced your way into this Daytona 500. You come away with a third-place finish. Your thoughts?
I mean, the Valvoline Dodge was car was really fast today. It was could run up front all day, and it was just really consistent. Felt really good to be there and be able to run consistent up front with everybody, and everybody at Richard Petty Motorsports building the great cars. And I was hoping it kept sprinkling. I was hoping it was going to rain when Elliott was leading and Reed was second. I was fourth, because that'd have been a really great result for the team. So I was trying to push Reed and Elliott as much as I could, and they were the ones that got me into the race. So it was my turn to return the favor and try to get them the win. And Kevin had a great run and got under me, and that kind of shuffled Reed out, and I had to kind of dive down with him because I was going to get really shuffled out if I didn't get back in line. And it was just it's a great result. I kind of wish could have been able to finish it. I think the car was fast and would have loved to had a chance to win the race, but to be top three with everything we went through in the off season, and have a chance to hopefully get more sponsors on the race car and keep this thing going through after race 8.
Elliott, you led some laps out there at the end. A little tough luck there at the conclusion of the race before the rain came. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I think if you'd hello.
Go ahead.
Hello. Okay. If you'd told me at the beginning of the day if I would take a fifth-place finish and lead some laps for the Daytona 500, I probably would have took it. It's a great way to get a good start to the season, but to be a half a lap short from being the champion of the Daytona 500 is very emotional to me. Had a chance to win it, just made one mistake off of turn 4. I didn't drag the brake enough, and Kevin and Matt had a really good run, and I didn't really know which way to block them. I thought maybe if I blocked to the outside, somebody might come with me, but they had such a good head of steam. So really wanted to go to victory lane with my guys. I needed this after the off season that I've had. Really would have been cool, but didn't work out. But happy with my guys. Great mentality all night long. Had ourselves in position to win, and we'll go to California and try to ride some of this momentum.
Okay, we'll take questions now for Kevin, Elliott, or AJ. If you have one, raise your hand, state your name, affiliation. We'll start downstairs with Dave, and then we'll move our way around. Go ahead, Dave Rodman.
Yeah, Dave Rodman, NASCAR.com, off to your left, Kevin. Emotionally, how do you go away from this? Are you thankful it ended where you were? Are you disappointed in the way you run? And did you wish that it would have gone back to green, and what would your prospects have been?
Well, I wasn't happy with the way we started the day, but I was, proud of, the way that we came back and made the car handle really good. We knew where we were speed-wise, and we just said, all right, well, let's just make the thing handle. And that really paid off for us in the end. So I'm kind of like Elliott, another lap, you never know what would have happened if that doesn't shake out like it did. And I mean, you always want to win the race, and knowing what it's like to win the Daytona 500, it's a lot of fun to win and neat to be in victory lane. But it's also a kind of bittersweet, I guess you could say, just for the fact that Matt's the one who pushed me to my Daytona 500 win. So in the end, it's kind of weird how that stuff works out.
Next question, let's go to David, and then we'll move this way.
David Poole, Star Observer. Elliott, I don't want to rub salt in the wounds, but they said on the radio that you said this is your luck. It's raining on the radar. It's not raining on the racetrack. I mean, do you just what do you do?
It's funny. My crew chief told me for the last 45 minutes of the race that it's raining on the radar, and I said, this is his first race with me as a crew chief. I said, welcome to Elliott Sadler's world. It's probably raining all the way around the racetrack, but when we need it. In the lap I get past in turn 1, it starts raining into turn 3. So, it's just the way it is, and we can look at it like that. But if I'd have made a smarter and better move, I'd be in victory lane right now. But it's just really wanted it. I put my heart and soul to come down here to Daytona this speed weeks and try to compete at the top of my game, because I had a lot of eyes on me to run good. So it was cool running up front. It was great having Reed and AJ behind me pushing, and that would have been cool to finish like that. But just wasn't meant to be. So it's very hard to swallow, very emotional, and we'll try to get them next week.
Next question, who has it? Right here, go Dave.
Dave Coleman, Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel. Kevin, I know there's a lot of split-second decisions made there, and you just got to do what you got to do. But can you kind of describe what you did, when you did, and what you thought the result was? To help Matt, and then did you think you were going to be able to get around then, or what did you think?
Well, when we went up, I was thinking, man, we got a good push here. I had the 44 behind me, and I don't really know how I had 33 behind me at that time on the restart. Actually, they were still in front of us, and we had a good head of steam going down the back, and my car wasn't very good on the bottom, so we went to the top, and Clint said he was committed to go wherever we went, and we got a good run there, and things started to shake up, and I got into the back of the 43 a little bit down the back stretch, and he kind of got shot up high there, and we wound up behind Matt going into 3 and coming off of 4. So everybody was racing hard, knowing that the rain was really close. It's time to go when they think it's going to rain a lot, and you need to make something happen. And luckily, it all worked out okay.
We'll go upstairs for a couple questions, then come back downstairs here. Go ahead, please.
Elliott, it's Jeff Gluck from NASCAR Scene. Not to pile on here, but when the 17 gets under you there, what is going through your head? Do you feel like it's lost at that moment? Did you feel like you could still get up there? Did you just feel just sick to your stomach?
Yeah, I was a little sick to my stomach, but I choose to go high because my car just wasn't really good on the bottom the whole day. So when my spotter told me the 29 was pushing the 17, I could see him coming. He had a really good run. I had to either make a choice, either let him go to the outside of me or under me. And I decided to let them go under me and hopefully try to side draft a little bit, but they had such a good head of steam. And you know what? I can play that pass and back in my head a million times between now and when I leave to go to California, but it's not really going to change the outcome. So it's just, I needed to do a better job leading the race and putting my car in a position to make it wider for them to pass. But, I can sit here and try to be a Monday morning quarterback, but it's not going to work. So, we'll take it as a loss and need to do a better job next time. And, I'll worry about that when we come back here in July.
Stay upstairs for another one. Go ahead, please.
Monty Dutton, Gaston Gazette. Elliott, I guess for this to be a Cinderella story, you would have had to won. But It is quite a story when not too long ago you were losing your ride, then you go into court, and then you restored to the ride. And your first time out, you have a better finish than you had all last year. So, the old term, the Lord works in mysterious ways. Well, you've had quite a mystery over the last few months.
Yeah, it's. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not going to lie to you. I was getting pretty emotional under the caution when it was raining a little bit in turn 1 and 2, and I thought it was going to be called a little bit early, and it was. I was getting pretty emotional in the car and just thinking, wow, wouldn't this be the coolest story? Came down here as a fan for the first time in 1979 and finished second to Ward Burton, and now maybe have a chance to win the race. And seeing guys like Harvick and Newman and them celebrate the last couple years on last lap passes and how fun it looks like to be in victory lane there. So I had a lot of that cool stuff going through my head, but it just wasn't meant to be. So it's tough, it's hard to swallow, but I'm proud of my guys. New team, new pit stops, and they all worked out great tonight. And just to look in their faces when the rain was coming down when I got out the car was, well, man, that was hard because I felt like I let them down.